If you feel like you don't have enough time in the day, you need to start doing less. Scrap your to-do list and replace it with high leverage habits, with high leverage tasks. A high leverage habit or task is one behavior that has multiple downstream benefits that will help you achieve other things. It makes other habits or other tasks either super easy, automatic, or not important enough to do. So many of us are overworked, underslept, stressed out, and unfit. And while we cannot get more hours in the day, we should harness one of the most powerful principles that human beings know, and that is leverage. Leverage is getting more with less. And so by identifying habits or tasks that can give us very high return on our investment of energy and time, we can get more done by doing less. And so here are 3 behaviors that I recommend you start doing. Number 1, exercise. As I said, so many of us are tired because we either don't get enough sleep or we're simply unfit. Our body is just struggling to get through the day. And while you're thinking, I don't have enough time, are you really asking me now to take 20, 30, 40 minutes of my day and exercise? Where am I going to find the time and energy? But exercising and moving your body is a funny thing that I did not look into the science behind it, but the more you move, the more you move. The more energy you spend, the more energy you have. This is counterintuitive. This doesn't work like most things, that the more you use your money, the less you have of it. The more you use the petrol in your car, the less you're going to have of it. The more energy you spend, the more energy you're going to have. If you're tired, one of the best things you can do is get off the couch and go for a walk or for a light jog. Being outside, moving your body, bringing in fresh oxygen into your body will change everything, and you will come back home, even if it's after 15 minutes, and you'll feel significantly better, re-energized, and you'll have more energy for the rest of the day. Idea number 2 is to consume less. Read less books, listen to fewer podcasts, fewer YouTube videos. Most people don't use all the information, all the knowledge they have in their heads. But an idea can only change your life if you let it, if you follow through, if you apply, if you give it some room to work in your life and do something. Can you imagine reading an incredible book but never do what it says? Would it really be life-changing? No. You will have the dopamine boost from reading it and being excited about the possibilities, but this is nothing but a possibility. I was first confronted with the falsehood of the statement, knowledge is power, when I read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He wrote bluntly, knowledge becomes power only if and when it is organized into a plan of action with a definite goal. And so consuming more knowledge will do nothing for you. And I've discovered the power of reading and consuming less when I became a parent. Life naturally forced me to have less time for me, less time to just chill with a book or listen to an hour-long podcast. And so I had less ideas bouncing around my head. And because I only had time to consume a couple of ideas in a week, I took more time to think about them. And because I was thinking about them more, meditating, unpacking them, I actually applied them. I followed through. So I challenge you to take one book, the most amazing book that is related to the goal you're currently pursuing, read it, and just it, and follow through. You don't need more information, you need more application. The difference between knowledge and wisdom is that wisdom is doing. Idea number 3, get rid of your to-do list. When I read the book, The One Thing, the authors recommended to get rid of your to-do list and have a success list. Not all tasks are made equal. Not everything that needs to be done or that you think needs to be done in a day will get you closer to your goals and would make that day a successful day, a day you're happy with and proud of. A success list usually has 1, maybe 2 items on it. By applying the 80-20 principle to your life and identifying the most important things, the 20% that is responsible for 80% of your results, you can find which tasks you should follow. If you simply followed a to-do list without any hierarchy or priority, you will end up wasting your energy and your time on things that don't move the needle, that don't make you look back on the day and say, this was an awesome day. I didn't get everything done, but I got this huge thing done, and it got me closer to where I want to be. And that is, by the way, in my opinion, heavily linked to why we feel like we don't have time. Because we're behind something. All people have the same amount of time. We all have 24 hours. So how on earth can we feel like we don't have time? We all share the same experience. We feel like we don't have time because we don't have time to do the things that matter. And so if we prioritize the things that matter, we'll learn the difference between something that is effective and something that is efficient. You can do very efficiently something that doesn't matter. But by doing what matters most, you become effective. You're getting closer to where you want to be. If you're not familiar with the 80-20 principle or the Pareto principle, please familiarize yourself with that. It's one of the most insightful, game-changing ideas around productivity. And if you're not familiar with the concept of success list, please look that up. I found it super helpful. And if you want, I'll put a link below. The book, The One Thing, is insanely practical, which is what gets my juices flowing. I need something actionable. And this book takes you from a chaos and a mess in your head and maybe even in your life to finding what matters most and focusing on that. And when you do that, winning in life is actually easy. We all want the same things, and we just need to learn to manage our time better by finding those high leverage tasks. So exercise so that you have more energy for what matters most. Consume less so that you can apply more. An idea can only change your life if you do something about it. And get rid of your to-do list. Have a success list. Identify what will take you where you want to be so that you can get it done and actually get there. And when you do, when you start taking significant, real step towards your goals, you will not feel like you don't have time because you will be making progress. These ideas were immensely productive and helpful in my life. And that is why I genuinely believe that they would help you get good at life. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you next time. Take care.